Hello to everyone who speaks in echolocation, and welcome to my 100% playthrough of Hello Neighbor Beta 3. Here comes the end of the beta trilogy. My throat's really tired. I've tried recording this a few times, but my my recording messed up, ironically, since it's already messed up. But yes, this is a commentary over Hello Neighbor instead of my usual me talking while playing the game, because I did record that, but the footage, how I put this, messed up. And by footage I mean audio. My brain's fogged. But now you're getting the commentary. The intro's about the same, just the animation's a little bit better, but Beta 3 is a lot different from Beta 1 and 2, whereas Beta 1 and 2 were barely different at all. Beta 1 and 2 are essentially slightly different, more buggy versions of Alpha 4 without a basement, and without the parkour nightmare room. Sorry, I have something in my throat. This Beta 3, I don't know what that moonwalking is. Beta 3 is essentially an almost finished version of Act 3 and Hello Neighbor full release. So it's very interesting in that way, but it also means it's going to be very confusing and awkward to do commentary for, because a lot of what I'm doing won't make sense unless you've played through the game a few times, because I've done it more than most people probably, and I do it the legitimate way. I don't do the bug everyone does to get the red key. I get the birthday gun, which just sounds like a shitty 80s slasher movie, but you know. But the cutscenes are about the same. The intro's the same until the nightmare starts, when we start seeing a neighbor. Yeah, until then, the only difference is that the animation's a little bit better, although most of them would end up being unfinished, because these were scrapped from the game, because I'm pretty sure Nikki, who we play as in the Hello Neighbor game, was originally supposed to be the neighbor's son, and last minute they changed that. So last minute that one of the achievements in the PS4 version references him being our dad. I think it's called like father like son or something. But yes, we're just unlocking the door to our supposedly childhood house, which is all well and good, of course, but I decided to show off how weird it looks unfinished this version of the house is, and I guess it ended up never being finished because they cut this part from the game. But yeah, interesting. Almost got knocked out of bounds there. Isn't that funny? Also, I found out you can pick up stuff here. I thought you weren't able to pick up anything other than your junk, but there was a tire there. Don't know why. You can use a crowbar to unlock it as the last game. I don't really know what I'm saying. There's nothing to say right now. It's just the intro from Beta 1 and Beta 2. You already saw it. This animation I don't think has changed at all since Beta 1, and I don't think it was ever finished. If it was, it wasn't in the final game. But, yeah, just this creepy little intro where we're going to open the basement door, but it opens on its own. Supposedly reliving our childhood trauma through this. And we shall wake up, and there's this pillow, you'll see. Sometimes it'll fly off you, but for whatever reason it's already on the floor. Pay attention to that painting there. It was showing a guitar and everything. But there's actually some finished neighbor animations here. Well, finished, more like worked on a lot better. I think it was reused a lot for Act 1. This is pretty cute, for a child kidnapper at least. He's locking up the already locked door with a chair. That's funny. And now he's confident to leave. I find that kind of funny. So, yes, there actually isn't an intro where you open the door and have to hide in the closet. Thankfully, I've complained about that too many times and how it just promotes you not to hide, which is fair because I never do hide in these games, but that's more me taking advantage of the neighbor's AI than actually not engaging with the stealth. But yeah, in this version, just like the full release, there are doors. There's the door you need to, well, daytime specific doors. There's a door you need to there's doors in Hell on It. Yeah, but there's one you need to open at night and one you need to open at day, which you might think is as good because it's already night, but for whatever reason, this night doesn't count as actual night. So I'm going to get myself caught so we can actually get it to turn night. There you go. And now it is a foggy day, or a misty day. Take your pick. And I'm going to have a little drink because my throat is really sore. I've tried to record this a few times. My voice is really tired. But I really wanted to be done with the betas. I only got 2 more videos to do commentaries for, and then they'll be done. And I can move on to other stuff, both Hello Neighbor related and not Hello Neighbor related. But I grabbed 2 boxes, but I didn't grab any items this time because you don't need them. You can simply reach the button now, which is very nice. It was quite buggy before, but the ladder's been fixed a lot. And the neighbor's been fixed to where, unlike in Alpha 4, where he'll be stuck at the bottom, or in Beta 1 and 2, where he'll fly all the way to the top, instantly catching you, he will actually try to climb, although he's incredibly slow, which leads us to make a very easy exploit, which you'll see later. But while I'm trying to get caught for it to turn nighttime, I should mention there is the super throw now, which is in the full release, and this is what I'll be using. It's nighttime, which is nice. The super throw is what I'll be using to exploit the hell out of the neighbor, because the stun is so long when you hit him with it that you can just run to the ladder before he can even like start to chase you. As you can see, I easily got away. And he'll take so long to climb up there, you won't even have to worry about him. Even if you are, you can just close this door behind you. However, unfortunately, for the first time ever, of course it happened while I was recording, the door got me stuck. So, unfortunately, I had to restart, which would mean a different time of day. And for whatever reason, I kept restarting, but it wouldn't change the time of day. Maybe I got unlucky and it was just day and over and over, but I don't even know if that can happen. I think it has to change the day cycle. So for whatever reason, it wasn't counting anymore. Maybe I was hitting them too close together, but I decided just to do an easy strat of getting caught by the neighbor, and he ignored me for whatever reason. But yeah, just get caught a few times, so it'll be night, and luckily for me, it was nighttime first try, which is very nice. But I played this game a few times where I did not get the night cycle until like the 10th try or something. But I'm going to lure the neighbor out by breaking a window so I can stun him again. And I won't have to worry about him. So instead of... because especially when you need it to be specific times, it's going to be quite inconvenient to be caught. So you do not want to be caught when it's nighttime before you've done that puzzle. Because it's not that big of a deal to be sent back to your house. It's very easy to traverse this house. But you don't want to risk getting caught because it'll be quite annoying because you need to farm for it to be night again so you can do the nighttime daytime door puzzles. But unfortunately I accidentally ran instead of walked onto the railing, so I fell and died, so I had to farm for night again, which is very unfortunate. Luckily I can just either break a window or get caught by a camera there, I guess. I just had to break a camera for him to see me. And just wait for it to turn night again. And it might be this cycle. Yes. And while it's dark, it's not nearly as dark as Alpha 3, so I don't really need a flashlight. Especially because it won't be night for too long. Somehow he didn't see me and was looking for me. Maybe because I was in the boundary where he can't catch me or something. But yeah, just did another super stun there, so I mean, essentially, it's not a problem anymore. A lot of the time, he won't even know you went out the ladder, so he won't chase after you. I decided not to try it again because I do not want... I just want to get through this part because it's really frustrating me. Anyway, I make my jump over to here to get to the doors, but also pick up this record player. It plays very pleasant music. Voice quiver the music. Grab this chair. Actually, we'll keep it. And we will place this chair here for when we can, so we can access the day door without the night door locking on us. So, that puzzle, part of the puzzle solved. Just need to wait for it to turn day again, which will be, it'll actually be day when we, don't worry about that glass breaking. It was like from the apple shooters in that room. You'll see it later. It'll be day again when we go through a little mini game here. We're going to throw this mannequin, pick him back up. Thankfully, it didn't get too lost. We will actually need the mannequins. We'll be needing to collect 4 mannequins. There are 4 mannequins to collect. And we shall grab a box. And also pick up this umbrella. We'll be needing it a lot. It'll make the game a lot easier, less annoying. And you're going to throw an item to this switch over here. Guess I'm trying to show it off there. And simply put, throw it, and you're up here. You need to move 3 items out of the way so the door can open. But after that, you're golden, and so begins our first nightmare minigame. Now, it's sped up because usually I would put fails at the end as an outtakes thing, but since we're doing something different with my commentary involuntarily, I decided I just would talk over it. And this minigame is significantly easier. Like, it's not even fair to compare it to Beta 1, Beta 2, but it's still quite buggy, even more so than the final release. So even if you're grabbing all the right items, for whatever reason, the game might despawn them, or the mannequin at the end when you're checking out does not register you have them. So he'll kill you anyway, even if you got all the right items in the cart. Which you'll see here, it's quite tragic, but at the very least, crouching actually will make you hidden, and that you can actually hear them sneaking up on you. For whatever reason, it didn't register a single item I had there, so I had to exit and go back in, because otherwise it's just bugged out, which is not what it's like in a full release. But, yeah, this is not sped up, meaning it's the winning run. Spoilers. But, yes. Yes. Sorry, I needed some drinks and my brain's foggy. But you grab those orange bags, and then you're going to grab that orange box there, which I call orange juice. Also, make sure nobody's sneaking up on you. You need to stop moving and crouch. You cannot crouch while moving, otherwise you will not be hidden. Pick up that orange box, which it looks like orange juice. Pick up this pink bottle. And you need 5 items, so just drop one in the cart. Just let it roam around there. You're going to pick up the jar of pickles. And even if mannequins like stuck or far behind, I would recommend hiding to make them move so they won't suddenly get them stuck and catch you off guard. But the last thing we need is a pink jar, which I call pink sauce because I'm really unfunny. But yeah, just listen for any creaking. Most of the time, if you're listening, they will not have a chance to sneak up on you. There's not too much you can do about the bugged item reading at the end with the checkout, but just kind of hope things work out. There is a bug here you'll see. My item despawned. And usually for me this means the end of the run, but I thought I'd try it anyway. You just need to get another whatever despawned, put it in there. Well, you gotta put another item in there so you'll actually have room to pick it up. Just kind of hope for the best, that it doesn't bug out too much. I drop another in here just to see if it'll despawn, but it does not, because sometimes it'll like serial despawn. I'm pretty sure he can't catch you there, but I'm not sure because he was bugging out and his face was turning red even though you were hitting. So maybe if you're really unlucky, it'll turn red when he's touching you, so to count as you getting caught. But that's never happened to me, so I wouldn't worry about it. Drop the bag there, drop the orange box there, drop the pickles there. And everything's nice and stuffed. Thankfully nothing's flying out, so to my luck it worked out, as you can see here. Very lucky. to get it second try, because sometimes it's bugged out and it takes me over 5 tries. Take another drink of water. It's now daytime, but I will forget to do that puzzle for a bit. But I can go into this room now, and there are 2 things to do in here. Well, technically 3, but one of them doesn't really matter. You can start playing this pleasant music. That'll start growing these bushes where the apples broke the window previously. To stop them from hitting those levers over there, you grab this piece of cake. You'll be collecting 3 pieces of cake. This is one of them. And you want these switches to be facing the wall, the bricks, so you'll be able to access a previously gated area with the globe. Which you'll need that globe for later, but don't worry about it right now. Just make sure these switches are facing the wall. Now, in the full release, if I could move through the window, please. In the full release, this is a bit important, I believe, if I remember correctly, but you press this 3 times, but it's bugged in this version, so you don't need to do this, but I do it anyway, because I'm a freaking savage. But, yeah, it drains out a room that's, like, submerged in water, essentially, like, flooded, so you'll be able to access it later. But I forget about the globe for now. But I'll be back in here. Consider this a bit of a safe space. You'll be going through here a lot. Now, there is 3 pieces of cake and 4 mannequins to collect. And that means that we got 2 cakes there, so that's why I say 3, because there's 4, but there's already 1 at the table. Now, I grab this magnet, throw it up here so I can pick up the crowbar later. You'll see that not too long from now. And I get a little confused with what I'm doing here. I won't lie, I kind of forgot what I was doing here, but make sure to press that lever. It makes it way easier when there's security cameras, because they just won't be able to activate. And for whatever reason, the neighbor never turns it back on. Even if you get caught, it won't start up again until you go through a nightmare sequence or save and quit and come back to the game. For whatever reason, I use the yellow key here. I don't really need to, especially because I barely ever use this shower room anymore to cool off the crowbar. I mostly just use my house because we have that now. But it's there anyway. There's also the blue key, but I would not recommend using it as it makes that area more easily accessible to the neighbor, the room above this room that we went through to get here, through the hole. And we just don't want the neighbor in there because it'll be very inconvenient. Now, what I do here is I grab 5 boxes. I will stack, I have 3 right now, but I'll grab 2 more. I stack 4 on top of each other. And I have 1 for a little booster here. I have a little bit of trouble getting the box on. And I just kind of had a moment of silence, I guess. Also, if you see any jump cuts, that was me checking the recording, so don't worry about it. Wink, wink. No, I'm kidding. There isn't really any cheating here. I don't really have a reason to cheat. I genuinely play these games all the time, if that's that or not. But you can see we turned the train on there. Makes it a lot easier with less backtracking to do that. And it makes it harder for the neighbor to get to you since we're not breaking through windows or anything. There's multiple ways to get there, but that's the way I go. It works a lot for me. Anyway, you can press that or throw an item at it. I think it's better to press it because it'll make technically less noise, but the neighbor is not as sound dependent as he was in older builds, so you don't have to worry about it too much. You open this room up for later, and this room you need binoculars to see the code all the way over there, that little black bar, but I remember it. It's 2369, and it'll start moving that platform there, which you'll need to get another mannequin. But I'll get it in a moment after I get the crowbar to the lower level. This is the red key puzzle, these 2 rooms, so it'll be a problem later. Yeah, crowbars in here, you just pick it up and drop it. Sometimes they'll bounce around a lot, that's fine. Just leave it in there for now. That's why we have the magnet up there, so we won't have to keep picking it up because it burns our hand. We can just hold it with the magnet. But we're going to make this jump here. It's a little tricky. It's okay if you miss a few times, but now you're going to get onto his platform. Thankfully, the tray moved out of the way, so it will not bother us. and head over here, and we can grab a mannequin. Now, you're also supposed to grab this wrench so you can access a ladder similar to Alpha 2 or Act 1 of the full release, but it's either a forgotten program mean error or a bug, because it is always open in Beta 3, so this one right there, yeah. There's also this, I don't really know if it does anything, nothing useful, because I have to beat the game without pressing it. It didn't do anything in Beta 1, Beta 2, or Alpha 4, so I really don't know. I don't even think it does anything in Alpha 3. Anyway, I accidentally dropped the mannequin there, but I broke that window downstairs, so the neighbor will be distracted down there. Excuse me. Two more mannequins and 2 more pieces of cake. I'm still forgetting about that globe. I think I'm trying to think of what to do next, and I decide I will get the other pieces of cake and also get the train parked where I want it. And the train had the same idea, because it was there just in time. Head all the way up here. Just get in the right place so we can get this infamous jump ready, because we'll be doing it quite a few times. Because you didn't really need to do it in Beta 1 and Beta 2. There's not really a reason to, other than the green room, like the school room. I call it green room because you need the green key, but you didn't need to do that because, again, there's no basement in Beta 1 and Beta 2, so not really a reason to do this jump. But I also remember to do the daytime door, since it is, of course, daytime. Clear as days. So, yeah, I can just open this up. I think I checked the recording there. And there's a piece of cake. Yum, yum. And also I will be able to access the key card if I just go into the next room and open a door, flick the switch here. Now I'll be able to access this area without needing it to be day and night. I could just block the door so they can never close, but don't need to do it anymore. Now this area is bugged, but if you remember, in a full release there's a painting there to tell you what to do, but in Beta 3 it's in your house you have to look at. And it says you need this guitar, which is what we drained that room for. That was a room that was previously flooded, but this version is bugged in that you only really need to put 3 items from that painting onto that metal area right there. I'd be nice and place them all, but you only need to place 3, and the guitar is not needed, so you can completely skip that part of the puzzle. If you miss that part of the puzzle, if you did not flick that wheel 3 times, like how I flicked your mom's bean, then you're fine. You don't need a guitar, not at all. I grab way more than I need to, but you only need 3 items that you can place here. That's from that painting. So you can just head through. Make sure to try not to activate the animation of jumping through the window, because you won't be able to reach it then. It's a bit of a tricky jump, but if you miss, you can just do an easier jump on the railings. You press that button, it'll stop the freezer from working, so you'll be able to access the key card as it gets out of the ice. And now I will be able to get that other piece of cake. Not that that was relevant to it, but I just was done with my side tour there, so I'm gonna have to jump around these railings that I've done a million times. Not in this playthrough, but just playing Hello Neighbor in general. And yeah, just grab these boxes. It makes it easier for me, although I think it's just a confidence boost, because I don't know if it actually helps you that much, because I make the jump very consistently without those boxes. But I did forget to grab an item to break that window over there, which is how you access the cake. So I will have to go back to get a box. I did not want to throw my other piece of cake. I did not want to throw my umbrella. So I need my umbrella, so I would have to go down and retrieve it, which would not be fun. So I just grabbed the box. Wouldn't be too hard to do the jump again. There we go. I super throw to make sure I actually hit it. There we go. Just make this jump like it's nothing, and a million YouTubers cry every single time you make that jump. But even though there's a bunch of plants right there blocking your path, there's still enough room to get that jump going with an umbrella to get in here. And that's the last of the cakes, and I'm going to empty my pockets by putting them in the birthday room. And unfortunately I forget to grab the globe here, even though it would be a good time to grab it. It's right to my right, but I miss it. Scary enough, the neighbor's in here. He's like a Republican. He does not respect your safe space, alright? He does not respect boundaries. He's gonna break into your house and beat the shit out of you. So maybe in that way he's more like an ice agent, but, you know. At least he actually will stop chasing you, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. Now, him being in there really throws me off because he's almost never in there if you don't unlock the blue keyhole. I look in here and I think he is in there, but I look too fast to actually catch him. So I'm trying to think of what to do here, trying to figure out which path I should go. Because I don't know if he's still in there or if he went into the birthday room. I'm a bit confused. I almost decided to go this way, but then I decide I'll to go check up where I previously picked up the crowbar and dropped it. I'll go check it from there because he won't be able to reach me from there. And he's there, but he's kind of stuck in the hole there. He doesn't really know what to do. He's not falling through the hole, but his pathfinder is probably telling him he's not on any ground right now, so he can't run, which is quite unfortunate for him. But I'm basically saying never open this gate. It's never useful. But here comes a funny thing. I'm deciding to head here, but a neighbor finally got out, but he got stuck on that bear trap there, so I'm able to get away and both lead him away and head back where I want to without any fear of being caught. Although I do think this leads to a funny event later. But you'll see. Now, thankfully I did not break this glass, but that's not the thankful part. Thankfully I somehow threw this cake in a way where it doesn't go anywhere. I'm not entirely sure how I did that, but lucky me. Don't even know how a cake does break a window, but whatevs. Almost forget the crowbar, but I get in time. Still forgetting the globe, but I guess my hands are full anyway. Drop the cake. And another, and that's the last of the cake. Put it right there, and we just need 2 more mannequins. But it's time to cool off this crowbar. I was gonna head over to this shower room over here, but I didn't know where the neighbor was, and apparently he saw me somewhere, so I thought it'd just be safer to go here. Although, okay, I couldn't remember if that was here or later that he was running outside, so he was probably nearby somewhere, but a lot easier to just drop trowel right here and piss on the crowbar. I mean, use the shower. Yeah, definitely not a golden shower, the crowbar. I don't know what you're talking about. But, yeah, I decided to, now's a good time so I don't have to worry about the crowbar anymore. Just unlock the basement. Not go into it yet. We need both abilities to get through. At least to get through the basement authentically. You really only need a double jump and a sneaking, but... we unlocked it, but we're not going through yet. Don't know why I was showing off the hiding ability. I guess I forgot. I don't use it too awfully much. But heading back this way, and I believe... Oh, cut the trap. I believe it is time to go for the glow. I'm just trying to remember. Patrick drooling me, if you will. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what to do, but come on, past me. Get rid of that image of like the chimpanzee, or no, it was orangutan trying to like build something. That was me trying to build thought. Orangutans are way smarter than me. I try to make a jump here, I miss. Sometimes I'm able to make that jump, so I was feeling confident. Yeah, grab this globe with the worst looking Antarctica you've ever seen, and time to head home to safely freeze it in my fridge, even though it's supposed to be a freezer. Throat is getting coarse. Drop that bitch in there. Don't even... Is that supposed to be like Europe and Africa? What is that? Yeah, we grab an item to throw at the neighbor. We're gonna super stun him again, see if it works. Really interesting little bug here. I like throw it and he doesn't react. Very weird game of cat and mouse. I throw another item. He doesn't react. It's good he's not seeing me, but it's also unfortunate I'm not stunning him. Throw. There we go. Anyway, open up this area and make sure you drop it here. When you drop it here, you left click. You don't actually drop it. You left click. So it immediately clicks in there. Make sure. But now we gotta head up to the top here to grab something. We have not gone in this room yet, but it's usually inaccessible to reach the other side because there's water for whatever. You can't swim for whatever reason, but now it's frozen, so you can walk over, just grab this new record player. You don't even need to engage with the parkour. You can just make that jump. And this one plays scary music. So it'll shrink the plants. It's the pre-alpha chase music, which is better than the actual chase music, but I digress. So I decided to close this, I guess. Smart idea, since he might be following me up there. Of course, he's really slow, but he'll get up here eventually. I decided to show off something interesting. In Beta 3, there's no reason to do this, but I thought I'd show off that the difference, one of the few differences I can find in Beta 3 to full release of Act 3. Excuse me. Yeah, this room, you're supposed to shrink the plant so you can get down here to grab a mannequin in an otherwise inaccessible room, but there's no mannequin in here. There's just this weird light bulb. It's not really anywhere else, and it looks like it's from, like, the pre-alpha and alpha 1. It's a little weird. But, yeah. Gonna go up so I can, grab the last 2 mannequins. Jump. Jump. Nothing too exciting. I'm gonna play the scary music to shrink these plants, which will take a moment, and unfortunately for you, I am drinking water, so I don't have commentary. Some boner jams there. Yeah, it's really riveting how slow it takes for them to shrink, but it is what it is, I guess. And this one's really big, so it takes forever to shrink, but I can fit through. Make sure to shrink the plants in the yellow fence as well, so you can access that ladder. I turn it off there. I can drop something in there, but I'd rather just save it for when I have to drop the gun in there, so it doesn't lead to a glitch where it despawns the gun. I would recommend you do that too. You have to remember, this is a lot like Act 3, but it's really buggy compared to Act 3, which is already really buggy, but also I would be safe with it in Act 3 anyway. Anyway, there's 2 things up here. There is a mannequin we need, and there is the tree, the seed of the tree that leads to the golden apple. And I didn't plant it this playthrough. I didn't really think it was worth anyone's time because, I mean, it's like the full release where it doesn't really do anything when you get the golden apple. It takes 2 to 4 hours to grow, and then you pick it up. That's it. So, I mean, in the full game, there's a reason to do it for an achievement, but there's no reason in the beta, so I didn't think it was worth time, especially because if I did in all 3 betas, that would be me having to grow the golden apple 3 times, so that sounded like a nightmare for my laptop, so I decided not to do that. Anyway, I'm showing off here in the full release. This is where the seat actually is, on that chair, but there's nothing over here in Beta 3, just a little thing that exists. And now I'm going to show off where that last mannequin is. He's in that other window over there. But I forgot to grab an item to throw to whatchamacallit, to break the window. Sorry, my brain was fogging up. And I did not want to throw any of the items I had because I could lose them. And I never actually tried this. I only thought of this until after recording, but you might be able to super throw that window from like the ground facing up. That could probably work, but I never thought of that. I just get up to the window and I throw it and I hold forward so I don't fall. Like that. And the last mannequin is in here, and he's the only one posed differently. It's weird. Also, there is that Unreal Engine missing script, and it is a portal like in the full release. It's in a different area in a full release, but it is an area where you can teleport to out of bounds. And again, I didn't do it for this playthrough. Didn't see much worth in it. It's a lot like the first game. It was really not interesting. Oh, not first, full game. It was really not interesting. I almost didn't do it in the full game recording anyway because it was really uninteresting, but I thought, why not? So I didn't do it again. There's nothing to it. Again, there's not even achievements in this version, so no real point to doing it. But now I can place all the mannequins, and you may have to place them around a few times as well as the cake, just for it to register that you have the full party here. There you can see it came out. There's a gun. I do roleplay as a Zodiac killer for a moment here. Hilarious. Yeah, now I can finally get the last 2 nightmares going. Because again, I could have gotten the school one earlier, but I didn't want to mess with the gun. Although a little funny interaction happens here. Yep, there's that neighbor, for whatever reason, going up there. And he saw me before he even turned around. And I shouldn't have closed the door, but I got scared, so I did not. So I decided to try to make this jump, but I fall off. How embarrassing. Now here comes a very funny series of events. I'll just let you watch for a moment. Yes, I've never actually seen him get stuck on that train before. Then again, I've never seen it happen in a full release, so it might not happen in a full release, but he is indeed stuck here. So, not entirely sure what to do here. I'm trying to lure him out so he'll fall off the rails, because he almost always does fall off them. However, I didn't notice, you saw it there, but I didn't notice that he was most definitely stuck on the train and was not actually chasing me. So I'm under the impression he fell because I can't see him anymore. But I don't know if I see him here or not. No, I don't see him somehow. But I'm a bit confused, but here comes the surprise. He's heading right towards me. Although, I can't see him. I've watched it a few times, I can't see him fall, but I'm pretty sure he fell at that point, because I lose him at that point. Even though the chase music's still going, I'm not worried anymore, because I am positive he lost me. Thing is, the neighbor's sight line is weird, where he will, like, see you in front of him, even if you're, like, if there's no wall between you, but if you're high in the air, he'll see you anyway. It doesn't matter how high you are. If you're in front of him without a wall, he'll see you. Anyway, it's time to... Oops. Oh yeah, leave this record player right next to the bushes, because they'll if you go through a nightmare sequence or maybe die, they'll regrow. It's a bug, but just leave that record player where no plants will be, but it'll be conveniently right there. Drop the gun in there, and we're gonna go get the green key. Although I'm gonna actually close this up this time, because he might be heading for me. I actually did it right. Did get caught. Now I'm gonna grab a box. Although I messed up the jump. I was trying to see if I could do it without the box. I did not. But I grab a box so I can get on the... actually get in there. I put a box on the railing. You don't need to stack 3 boxes like I did before. It's much easier to do that. And I grab a box, super throw, to move all of them out of the way faster. Do it twice. Gonna find out who's naughty or nice. I backed out because my head got excuse me, I sound like a chain smoker. My head got bopped a couple times, so I realized, oh, I'm not crouching. And here comes a very lucky part. That green key has occasionally despawned when playing Beta 3, and it looked like it was close. If it was just an inch or 2 more, I would have had to start over, and that one has not been fun. Water. Yeah, I'm heading this way. I guess it's easier for me. Heading this way, I guess it's easier for me. So I'm gonna head over here. I'm hoping he doesn't see me. I don't think I heard him running outside, but yeah, you press the switch and anything you threw in those gears will come out, which is why you don't want to put 2 in there, because they'll fling everywhere and possibly go somewhere you don't know where they are. That noise is scary, but I think it's supposed to happen. It's like somehow interacting with the Unreal Engine portal. Anyway, hit all 4 of these items, although I was messing it up. but I did it anyway somehow, like barely. And I can break the camera. I can flick this switch again, like how I flick your mom's beam, and you get basically infinite stuff to throw with the gun ammo. So you can like super throw, and check this out. First try. Anyway, remove this chair, and then you can press this button so you can leave. And you can grab this key, finally. Yeah, the red key is a nightmare to get without bugs, but I've gotten pretty used to getting it. Now that I have both keys for the last 2 minigames, I shall do them. And first I'll be doing a school one, which turned out to be a bit of a nightmare on its own, but I guess it's a nightmare minigame. Excuse me, but here comes really sped up footage that I had to make a bit quieter because there's a high-pitched humming if you speed it up. Yes, this is probably the worst version of it because it's so close to being finished, which makes it so much more infuriating because they don't get stuck as much as beta 1 and 2, so you don't get as lucky in that department. Because if they get stuck and you run past the Mr. Whiteface, he'll get unstuck and catch you because there's no time to get away from him. And it's not as exploitable as an Alpha 4 where you can use the double jump to get through. So it is just very infuriating to play. You see I get caught all the time. A lot of the time it's because the white guys got stuck. Mr. Big Daddy got stuck, hall monitor if you will, got stuck, and I had to run past him, but he got unstuck. I can get lucky and he'll get stuck when he's going down here when I'm on the other side, but a lot of time he'll get stuck in a place where it's almost impossible to get past him, and it won't get unstuck until he sees you. So there's a fair good bit of luck here, and I die quite a few times. It's frustrating because I didn't die this many times until, of course, I decided to record my playthrough. But yeah, you can see how frustrating it is just the sped up footage. Look at that. That's what I was talking about, where he got stuck and he can only get unstuck when he sees you, which of course means he'll kill you. Even in this successful run here, you can tell it's successful because, I mean, it's not sped up. I will be camping in these lockers so hard that I might as well have been locked in them. I'm really focused on this one. I don't know how I got the patience for this, but I don't know why I didn't just suicide myself, because I was just in these lockers all the time. But look at this. I'm ready to go in. Somebody's coming. I have to go back. Mr. White Light. He's back. I keep saying Whiteface, and it makes me think of people like doing Whiteface. And honestly, Whiteface is hilarious because, okay, you guys need to stop acting like Whiteface is like Blackface. Because it's a historical difference. I'm mainly thinking about the people that got mad at that comedian for who's a black man who painted himself to look like Erica Kirk. It's not a hate crime. I'm sorry. It's a hate crime when Jake Paul did blackface. All right, but also everything Jake Paul does is blackface. But that's enough politics for now. For now. I'm still in this locker, so. Isn't that fun? I guess I can briefly give my thoughts of playing through the betas as someone who mostly just played through the alphas or full release. I played the betas before, but it's been a while before these videos, so look at that. I had to get into another locker. But simply put, they're probably my least favorite to play. I'd much rather play the alphas or the full release because I find those more interesting. This is interesting in a development or, preservation sense, but are they actually that fun to play? Not really. I'd rather just play Hello Neighbor full release or Alpha 4. And those are, like, I think significantly worse than, like, Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 or pre-alpha, but I'd so much rather play them than betas 1, 2, and 3. Betas 1 and 2 aren't the worst because they're very, very short, but beta 3 is really annoying in a lot of aspects. as someone who's finished it over 5 times this past week. I would say this is probably my 5th or 6th time beating it was when I was recording it. But as you can see, it's very riveting gameplay. And to be fair, this minigame's not very fun in the full release, but it's a lot... The pathfinding for the mannequins is a lot better. A lot better. And it seems like White Light got unstuck, but he got stuck, he got in the way of multiple desks, so he wasn't able to catch me despite how close he sounded, which is extremely lucky on my part. Gonna take another sip of water. But yeah, I just hang out in this closet for a long time. So, yeah, the betas are very interesting, but I'm not entirely sure why they released them, other than they were trying to keep the momentum going because they didn't have any more alphas to keep people over till the full release. I would guess the betas were mostly for YouTubers. Because I know they were released to the public, but come on, like, they wanted YouTubers to play them more, make some more theories, try to find more out-of-bounds stuff. I think it's quite clear. Oh, I smell it. Is this what smoking feels like? I don't know, I've never smoked. But yep, I'm still in here. I don't know what else to talk about. Yeah, I've already talked about all the, like, how this is, like, supposed to be reliving trauma through your dream in the full release, so, like, I don't know, I guess we had a bad experience with bullying and hall monitors and, I don't know, like, creepy predators that came through that door. You saw the way he rubbed his hands together. Probably told us he had candy in there. Can I go? Don't know why I'm talking like I'm actually playing right now. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have sped up the win anyway. This is long. Anyway, I've got stuck there, but thankfully nobody came after me. I've gotten stuck there where I had a winning run, and it's tragic. It looks like you can fit, but you cannot. It is extremely tragic. Scary pre-alpha music playing. Come here, little child. I guess we got good self-defense classes as a kid, or in our dreams. Shut up. Anyway, one more minigame, which is not luck dependent, but still quite an annoying game. See if I try to make it, if I can, to this railing over here, because I just didn't want to deal with the neighbor. Although I kind of realized the train could kill me, so I guess I just take the risk. Hope it doesn't catch me, which it didn't. But was it behind me? Not really. Thankfully the door is closed, so the neighbor won't bother me. Even though he definitely saw me out there, so he probably would head up the ladder. But Choo Choo Charles is back, which is nice. I would do the Dalko screaming Choo Choo Charles meme, but my voice is way too weak to do that. Jump down here, and I'll show off that glitch of... You could see those bushes are, like, grown again, even though we shrunk them earlier. And you'll see a better example of that. Thankfully, you don't have to wait for them to shrink... Oh, messed it up. You won't have to wait for them to shrink all the way down. This time, they'll go immediately back to the stage they were in before the bug happened. Making my way down the railroads, walking fast, no neighbors past. Nightmares last. Don't know why I stopped there. I guess I had a Winter Soldier episode, who knows. And I can make the jump now. And you can see right here, they're all back to normal, but if I play the scary music, yeah, they immediately shrink back to how they're supposed to be. Anyway, we will umbrella our way over there. It's possible to make it there without the umbrella, but It's very risky. Yeah, we can head in there. Don't even need to crouch to get there. And now we have, I guess, my favorite minigame here by default of elimination. Or by way of elimination, because I don't really like any of them. I don't like playing through any of them, but this one is the least luck dependent. And has the most actual gameplay in it. Because a shopping minigame is kind of boring and just hoping that it's really easy. The only problem is like if whatchamacallit, the mannequin at the end for whatever reason has a registry or items, which I think can still happen in a full release, just not as commonly. And the school minigame don't even get me started. But this one is just parkour. It's not very special or even good parkour, but it's like some kind of gameplay thing to it. At least the toaster's a lot more reliable than it is in Alpha 4. But I fell all the way down, and I was getting quite frustrated because I had to go through a really long set of errors that are dumb and some glitches. So I was getting quite frustrated, but I persist. I was almost done with the game. So just gotta head all the way back up. I think this is exactly how it is in the full release, just more textured, like better textures. Some are finished, some aren't here. So I don't think there's anything gameplay-wise that's any different. So I just head up here, and I grab 4 darts, because you will only need 2 technically, 3 if you don't want to re-grab any. I mess up this jump here, it's quite tragic, and I fall all the way down, and I probably was holding it back during recording, but I can kind of feel like I just wanted to cry, because I was like, man, I'm so tired of Beta 3. It's really not cooperating today. Now, if you had heard me recording, you would not have heard me like, I just want to get, you know what I mean? It's just like, just so sad. Just so tragic. Genuinely, if I had missed the other 2 paper planes, then that would mean I would have to restart this. I probably would have just taken a break. Because I was just getting really frustrated. I'd gone on way longer than I wanted to, and I was just really tired of Beta 3. But I decided to make this risky jump here for no reason, even though I probably shouldn't have, because if I missed, I would have just probably slammed my hand into the desk. And I should note, I rarely get mad at video games, so that one has meant something. But anyway, the reason I grabbed 4 is sometimes it'll bug. You only need 3, but sometimes I mess it up, so I need an extra one. But that can happen, where they'll just fly off, so yeah. Thankfully, I did it just right enough so I could jump over. And now I can just unlock the double jump. Bada bing, bada boom. And we can leave. Get over that trauma of being locked in the closet or something. Look, I understand the others where you'll be able to hide better and you'll be able to fight off your attackers. What does double jumping have to do with overcoming trauma? I don't get it. I get that we were like locked in a closet or something and we overcame that. Yeah, big whoop, but yeah, we nutshotted that guy. Yeah, almost. Anyway, here comes my least favorite basement in the entire series. Not to be mean, but really don't like playing through this basement. Thankfully, I got a pretty smooth run here, but it can be extremely frustrating to get through. And it feels like a lot of the time it's not your fault. It feels like just the physics aren't working with you. I grab an item to try to super stun the neighbor who's down here. It does not work, unfortunately. I shouldn't have thrown it. I shouldn't have thrown it when I got down there, but I did not. But thankfully, I just barely avoid him. And now we can jump on these untextured platforms. Head over this gate here. Almost fell off, which would have sucked. And we're going to use a super throw to try to activate a light switch. Oh, all the way over there. Similar to the final act of Hello Neighbor, which we will see a early version of briefly. I hit it there, and look at this. You can barely see these black platforms in the dark. This is ridiculous. Jump and go. And thankfully physics were working on my side. Sometimes it won't launch you far enough. Anyway, this part sucks, but I do it easily. It looks easy, but it can be very annoying. You have to crouch as soon as he starts moving, otherwise he immediately takes you out. It's like the full game, but a lot worse. And the weirdest part is he goes into this light room, and you have to follow him, even though I get the impression he'll kill you if you do. But you'll be fine, I guess. And here comes... excuse me. I got a frog in my throat. Here comes the okay, I can't talk. The early version of Act 4. Just the gameplay part, not really like the walking around watching a story thing. Or the saving yourself from the shadow figure or whatever. But it's a neighbor boss fight. It's very similar to the full release, just textures aren't as good, and it's a little buggier, a little different, but not too much different. You still need to go up here to press this button so the train will go and blow up that house over there so you can get in it later when you get an umbrella in it. I gotta blow up that bloody house in it. It's very fun to watch, I will not lie. The next thing you need to do is just grab as many boxes as you want, because you'll be trying to hit another light switch, baby. I miss this one, but like I hit the second one, I think. Yes, I do. Now we just got a parkour over here, and you just got a double jump, so it's the parkour is like for jumps. Thankfully, I don't forget about it, unlike I might in a certain next video where I completely forgot I have the double jump. I just keep forgetting that I have it, so I keep fucking up that parkour. But you know, we'll get there next video. Press that switch so this platform will come up. Have this awkward conversation starter, I guess, because we're going up an elevator, you know, like listen to some good jams and stuff. Why did you just tell me that you killed your best friend and buried the body in the backyard? Why did you just tell me that? I'm gonna go to the police about that, but don't go to jail until you finish this video. Anyway, you can grab 2 items here. You really only need one, but you can grab both. One to break the window, and another... Now, okay, I need to mention, this is bugged compared to the full release, where the floor will slide you over to this wall, so you won't be able to fall until all the umbrellas are gone, and you won't be able to reach them in time. So what I suggest is throw the lamp while jumping so that it will not take you. Enough time to grab an umbrella, and it'll be a little slow, but you need to head over to that house you blew up earlier, you sick domestic terrorist. So, unless you get sent to Guantanamo Bay for your horrible actions, you're gonna head over to this house. There's an item you'll be needing in there. Because we're gonna need to get into that neighbor's house, and while we can make it through there if we're lucky enough with the bugs and just umbrella physics, we're gonna do it a legitimate way. Which we'll need to bring the neighbor to his knees, but unfortunately not for those reasons that you might be thinking. Yeah, we just need to head over with this candle that we grabbed and to this firework, and I think you know the next step. Gonna light that bad boy on fire. Boom. And we're gonna run back to the toaster, because we have stunned Mr. Peterson, so we need to whatchamacallit, stun him more, get him to his knees. We're trying to get him to his knees. Alright, I'm getting tired. Alright, this is my 3rd time trying to record this. Alright, my brain's a little out of it. My voice is totally out of it. Alright, just let me have my moments of brain fog. Alright. Yeah, I know you're not that judgy. Heading down here. And now you can drop this tennis ball in here. You really don't need to, but you can. I'll explain why in a minute. But in the full release, I believe you need to get him to hit on his first knee. And the thing is, though, it's bugged where you can only shoot once. So if you shoot it earlier and he just, like before you stun him with a firework, he'll just shrug it off. but I've done that before, and then I also do the arrow thing. That's the next step, and he still goes down to both knees. So I mean, it works. You don't need to worry about it too much. In fact, you can definitely get on a house from there. He's not even going to fall that much down there, but I'll still show off the arrow. And I also am going to take another drink while I do the obvious of burn the string, hit him with an arrow. Alright, now that he's on his knees, we're going to head back to that golden toaster over there. Really doesn't make noise, weirdly enough. Maybe they thought it would ruin the mood. And you want to start running when you're in the toaster so that you'll have some momentum when you get out, so it'll be a bit faster. Now you can go between that windowless window and that record player. I don't, because there's an invisible wall. It's better for speedruns if you do, but it's pretty unlucky if you hit the invisible wall. But you're going to go into this house, and if you remember in the full game, it leads to a cutscene where we save, or not a part where we save ourselves from our trauma, our childhood selves. But in this version, there's nothing in it, and that's the end of the game. So yeah, that is Hello Neighbor Beta 3. And I mean, it is interesting. It's definitely a lot more juicy, meaty than betas 1 and 2, but not nearly as fun to play as an alpha or the full release. And I really think it was just released to keep the momentum going, maybe to see what to fix a little, because it was too late to make any major changes, but they could, you know, add that ladder so you only have to do that train jump once, or fix a lot of the bugs, which there still ended up being a lot of bugs, but you know, it's just kind of weird how much they revealed story-wise and gameplay-wise for the last 2 acts, but I guess they ended up changing it anyway, so we're not Mr. Peterson's son, so maybe that's one of the reasons they changed it, was because we already knew too much, and maybe people were already guessing too accurately on the story. I don't know. It's weird, but they're interesting novelties, but I probably won't be playing them anytime soon, unless I do some kind of Hello Neighbor marathon. But yeah, interesting but annoying, I would say, is the best way to describe the betas. I'm still in this house. I guess I just had Shakespearean thoughts back then on Hello Neighbor betas, but yeah, I don't know. I'm still talking. The reason I'm not cutting off early is I do a funny shot at the end I want to show off. So just stick with me for another minute. But I head down here, and I decided to test this door to see if it actually opens now. And weirdly enough, yeah, we like Mr. Peterson on his knees, don't we, with that submissive face? Yeah. Yeah, but that mustache feels good with, against skin. Anyway. Ooh, candle. Maybe it'll be like Wolf of Wall Street with, like, the candle at the ass. But, can I just do the thing I was wanting to... I test that door back there, don't I? Yes. Still luck somehow. Luck stayed in place. Isn't that funny? I try to see if I can open it from back here. Sometimes that's a bug. Well, in other versions, but... not really. But, you know what? We can end it with Mr. Peterson's ballsack and butthole. I think that'd be pretty good.